What happens when an intelligence agency claims it can detect a human heartbeat from dozens of miles away? And what does that mean for warfare, surveillance, and survival in modern conflict? One detail immediately stands out. During a recent rescue operation in southern Iran, a downed American airman was reportedly located from as far as 40 miles away using a previously undisclosed system. This video examines how that capability was used, what it reveals about emerging military technology, and how it could reshape the balance between detection and concealment, without assuming where this trend will lead. The operation took place within the broader conflict that began on February 28th, when the United States and Israel launched coordinated strikes against Iran. As the conflict expanded across multiple regions, an F-15E Strike Eagle was shot down over southern Iran, leaving a weapons systems officer stranded in hostile territory. The airman survived for approximately 2 days, hiding in mountainous terrain while Iranian forces searched the area. His recovery required a large-scale effort involving hundreds of personnel, multiple aircraft, and a combination of conventional and advanced intelligence systems. At the center of the mission was a tool reportedly known as Ghost Murmur. According to individuals familiar with the operation, the system combines quantum sensing with artificial intelligence to detect the electromagnetic signal produced by a human heartbeat. This signal is extremely weak under normal conditions and has traditionally only been measurable at very close range in medical environments. The reported advancement lies in extending this detection capability across long distances while filtering out environmental noise using machine learning algorithms. The technical basis of this system is rooted in quantum magnetometry, particularly the use of microscopic defects in synthetic diamonds that can measure minute variations in magnetic fields. These sensors are capable of detecting extremely subtle signals, including those generated by biological processes. However, translating this capability from controlled laboratory settings into real-world environments introduces significant challenges, including interference, signal degradation, and the need for extensive data processing. Development of the system is reportedly linked to Lockheed Martin's Advanced Programs Division, known for producing experimental aerospace and intelligence technologies. Testing has included integration with airborne platforms, such as Black Hawk helicopters, with potential future use on advanced aircraft like the F-35. This suggests that the technology is being evaluated not only for search and rescue missions, but also for broader intelligence and surveillance applications. Environmental conditions played a critical role in this specific operation. The airman was located in a relatively remote area, with low electromagnetic interference and minimal human activity. These conditions reduced background noise and made it easier to isolate a single biological signal. In addition, nighttime temperature differences between the human body and the surrounding terrain provided a secondary layer of confirmation through thermal contrast. These factors combined to create what has been described as an optimal environment for the system's first operational use. Traditional rescue tools were also part of the mission. The airman activated a combat survivor evader locator beacon, which is designed to transmit distress signals. However, the beacon alone did not provide precise location data. Reports indicate that the act of exposing himself to send the signal may have contributed indirectly to detection, as it created a moment where his position became more observable. In this sense, the advanced system functioned alongside existing technologies rather than replacing them. Public references to the operation came during a White House briefing involving President Donald Trump and CIA Director John Ratcliffe. Their statements suggested that intelligence capabilities played a key role in confirming the airman's location before the extraction phase began. While specific technical details were not disclosed, the reported detection range of approximately 40 miles has drawn particular attention, raising questions about the practical limits and reliability of such a system. If this capability proves scalable and consistent, it could significantly alter assumptions about concealment in military operations. Traditional evasion techniques rely on avoiding visual detection, minimizing thermal signatures, and limiting electronic emissions. A system capable of identifying a biological signal, such as a heartbeat, introduces a new detection method that is more difficult to counter using existing approaches. This could increase the risk for personnel operating behind enemy lines or in contested environments. One possible scenario is that the technology continues to improve and becomes integrated into multiple platforms. In this case, search and rescue operations could become faster and more effective, reducing the time personnel spend in vulnerable conditions. At the same time, surveillance capabilities would expand, potentially allowing forces to detect individuals in areas that were previously considered secure. This would shift the balance toward detection, particularly in remote or low-noise environments. A second scenario involves limitations becoming more evident over time. The system is described as working best under very specific conditions, including low interference and limited background activity. In densely populated or electronically active areas, its effectiveness may be significantly reduced. Processing requirements also present a constraint, as isolating weak signals across large areas requires substantial computational power and time. Under these conditions, the technology may remain a specialized tool rather than a widely deployed system. A third scenario involves the development of countermeasures. If adversaries understand how the system operates, they may attempt to mask or disrupt the signals it relies on. This could involve electronic interference, environmental manipulation, or new forms of physical shielding. Such responses would create a cycle of adaptation similar to what has been seen in other areas of military technology, such as radar and stealth systems. The broader implications extend beyond a single rescue mission. Advances in sensing technology are becoming a central factor in modern warfare, where the ability to detect and identify targets often determines operational success. Systems that can extract meaningful signals from complex environments represent a shift toward information dominance, where data processing and analysis are as important as physical capabilities. At the same time, these developments raise questions about the limits of surveillance and the balance between technological advantage and operational stability. As detection capabilities improve, the margin for error in contested environments may shrink, increasing both efficiency and risk. This dynamic could influence how future conflicts are conducted and how states invest in both offensive and defensive technologies.